Hi and welcome back to this course. In this session, we are going to discuss and understand software development life cycle and its phases. Software development life cycle, also abbreviated as SDLC, is a set of activities that analysts, designers, and users carry out to develop and implement an information system. However, the sequence of these activities may depend on business situations, for which SDLC activity is being utilized. Delivering a quality software to the end user is one of the main targets of the SDLC activity. Also, the software should offer the features and functions required by the customer. That is, a software is considered a quality product if it incorporates functional as well as non-functional requirements desired by the customer. In addition to this, the software product must be completed within or before the deadline and allocated budget. The software development life cycle consists of these activities. The cycle starts with preliminary investigation, followed by determination of system requirements, design of system, development of software, system testing, and implementation and evaluation. The outcome of each stage is taken as input by the next stage. Each stage processes the outcome received by the previous stage, and generates a deliverable for the next stage. However, the testing activity is conducted in parallel to all other SDLC activities, to ensure the quality of the process, as well as the end software product. The cycle is repeated, until the quality of the software product is not appropriate for its delivery to the end user. Now, let's discuss these software development life cycle activities one by one in detail. The first SDLC activity is preliminary investigation. The first step of preliminary investigation involves request clarification. Project request must be clearly stated by the customer, that is, request clarification. Followed by this feasibility study is conducted, where technical feasibility investigates that, if the current equipment, existing software technology, and available personnel, sufficient and appropriate to implement the project work. The economic feasibility identifies that, is the allocated budget acceptable for the software project development? The operational feasibility examines that whether the system will be used, if it is developed and implemented. The last activity of preliminary investigation is request approval, which finally suggests that, if the project request is feasible or not. If it is feasible, we can proceed further with the development of software, otherwise not. After preliminary investigation, the second stage of SDLC is determination of system requirements. This stage answers the questions such as what functions or tasks are being performed, and how these are performed, at present, in the existing system. What is the frequency of each of these tasks? How great is the volume of transactions or decisions? How well is the task being performed at present? Does a problem exist in any of these tasks? How serious is the problem that is being faced in these tasks? And what is the underlying cause behind the problem? Therefore, the outcome of this stage is the list of features which the system should possess, and the outcomes this system should produce. The third stage of SDLC is design of system. Design of system mainly specifies that how the system will meet requirements identified during system analysis. This stage is particularly called as logical design. However, the term physical design is used for process of developing the program software. At this stage, the system analyst mainly identifies the reports and the outputs to be produced by the system. This stage describes the input data, calculations on this input data, and what data should the system store. Therefore, the design of system provides programmers with complete and clearly outlined software specifications. The next stage of SDLC after design of system is the development of software. As per the outcomes of design stage, the software is programmed by the coders. Coders or programmers are also responsible for preparing documentation of the programs, where the documentation clearly describes that how and why certain software features have been coded in specific ways for the system. One of the main stages of SDLC, which is responsible for determining the quality of software developed, is system testing. The system testing stage ensures that the software should not fail and will execute according to the user requirements and specifications. Here, test data are taken as input for processing, and results are examined. The testing activity is conducted by the testing team, with the intent of identifying maximum number of errors in the software and to improve its quality. However, the testing activity is conducted in parallel with all the stages of SDLC, so that the errors identified in each of these stages should not flow into the next stage of SDLC. Conducting the testing activity thoroughly ensures that the cost to repair the defects is minimum during the software development. The last stage of SDLC is implementation and evaluation. In implementation phase, the software developed is put to use by installing it on the customer's site. The end users are provided training to use the software, and new files are constructed based on the installation requirements. Once the implementation is done, the software is evaluated to identify the strengths and weaknesses of the system developed. The software is evaluated for its operational correctness by users and managers. Also, the benefits to the organization, in terms of cost, revenue, and profit, are identified and measured. So, in this session, we have discussed all these software development life cycle activities in detail. Thank you for listening to this session. And see you in the next session for continuing our discussion on this subject.